This video is brought to you by Blackout X, the most high-end brand of e-juice, legal herb, and legal concentrate vaporizers on the market. Visit blackoutx.com and use the promo code 420CMX to save 15% off at checkout.
Alright, so we're here with Pär from Sabaton. How you doing, sir?
I'm very good, very good.
Awesome. We thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure. Day 2 of the Canadian leg. You said it's been going well so far?
Yeah, well, day 2 of the second Canadian leg. We started over in Montreal, Quebec, Toronto, maybe a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And it was fantastic shows, and yeah, yesterday in Winnipeg was great, full packed. Tonight, full packed, so what can I say? I'm super excited.
Very cool. Yeah, they say that the Canadian metal fans have a good reputation for being really into the show and such. Have you found that?
Yeah, I have to agree. I have to definitely agree to that. It's a great crowd.
Yeah, awesome. And speaking of audiences, I just wanted to know your opinion on people using their cell phones in the audience, taking photos, texting. What are your thoughts on that?
It's kind of what people do these days. And of course, at first you find it intimidating when you stand on stage and people are more interested in looking down their cell phones than on the stage, but it's getting more and more common, and we just have to live with it. I mean, we can't forbid them to do it, and it's part of the experience for people is to share it with other people that is not there at the moment. So well, I don't really, but one thing has changed with that, and that is we will never ever again see an absolutely fantastic crowd.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. We've seen it especially in the places. I mean, the crowd is great here in Canada, but there's places where they are way more crazier around the world. And we see it especially there. It's like what it used to be is not what it is today, because you have a big portion of the crowd spending more time in the phone than in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
And you don't get any more 100% of the crowd singing along. You get a couple that stands with their phone and film or whatever.
Yeah.
So the times of the best crowds in the world are over.
Wow, that's a shame. Which places would you say have the best ones now?
There is Southeast Europe has fantastic crowds, especially for Sabaton.
Yeah, awesome. And speaking of Sabaton, you guys have your own open air music festival that's happening in Sweden August 16th to 19th. What's it like having a festival like that in the band's, you know, the town where you guys originated? It must feel incredible.
Yeah, we have been having this for 10 years. This is 10 years anniversary, and we have had many of our favorite bands from when we grow up. We've invited over the years and great friends. So all in all, it's been a fantastic time with the festival. It's been a lot of hard work, for sure. Some people think, oh, it's just like a one-day small event or whatever, but it's not like that. It's a full festival, like with several stages. Now we do 4 days with a warm-up day, and there's the campings, with the booths with all the merchandise sales and stuff, and it's not just like a couple of t-shirts. It's full markets of stuff, and so cool. It's a full-blown festival where people camp for a long time. And the unique thing about this is that it's mainly built by our fan clubs from around the world, who come and live there for 2 weeks prior to the festival, and some of them stay for another week afterwards to tear it down. So it's grown from the first year when pretty much we were doing it by ourselves. Maybe just I guess the first year was mainly me who was doing it,
right?
And these days we have 300 people working to make it happen. So
cool. So that's what the fans are doing the 2 weeks leading up to it. They're working, helping put things together, or
a lot of them are, yeah.
So they're very involved with Sabaton, the fans.
Yes, I would say so. Well, it's the festival is happening partly because of the fans want it to happen, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a magic time to stand there and see all these people who were so involved in making it happen. So it's a very, very special festival this way.
Yeah, it must be a great feeling. Let's take it back for a second to before you guys started your career. Do you remember any defining moment where you said, okay, I want to pick up an instrument because of this?
Yeah, I mean, that would be when me and my friend, we were looking at MTV and in his basement, and then we're just like, because I did play a little bit, but when I decided, hell yeah, this is what I want to do, was when we saw the videos of Skid Row and Youth Gone Wild.
Very cool.
Like, this is the stuff. And
yeah. How did Sabaton get their big break in the beginning?
The big break didn't come in the beginning.
Okay.
We've been going on for 18 years, and even though in America people think that Sabaton is a new band, we've been going on for quite some time. 8 studio albums out, and we have done a lot of accomplishments over the years. But there is points or parts in our career where defining moments are, pretty much. And I would say the first one would have been when we wrote the song Prima Victoria, because then I felt like comfortable that this will take us a long way.
Yeah.
Second one was the release of Art of War, which is today, I guess, the best review, the highest review score of all time in Germany, for if you combine all the magazines and stuff. So that's when we get a little bit outside of Sweden acknowledgement. And then when we started to tour with Carolus Rex was really when things picked up. We were on a new label, fully on, and got a new lineup that was doing it for real now.
Right. Okay, so that's when you guys started getting more of the worldwide kind of attention?
Yeah,
or?
Exactly.
Awesome, very cool. I want to ask you one thing about American rock and metal culture. What are your thoughts on the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducting pop artists and rappers?
I think that should be divided, but who am I to decide that? But in my opinion, that is then go and win a hip-hop award.
Yeah.
Be in the hip-hop Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And let a rock band be in the rock.
Right.
I don't see, if you just take a simple, where do you find Tupac in rock? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They even inducted like Madonna and such. I thought that was a little wild for sure.
Even though I guess that some of Madonna's, maybe not Madonna, but some of that old pop stuff from 90s had even heavier sound than some of the rock bands at that time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, at that point with the hair metal and such, you could be right.
You can hear Celine Dion having more heavy distorted guitars than some of the so-called heavy metal bands at that time.
You mentioned the loyalty of your fans. What's the crazy experience you've had with one of them?
We have a lot of fans, obviously, and I wouldn't say anything crazy. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody. I appreciate what they do in their own way, and to see some people coming back over the years, some people travel far away, and what they do, this is what keeps me excited to play, you know. For me, it's not about that there's 1,000 people, 5,000 people, 400 people. It doesn't matter at all. For me, there's enough if there's one person in there who somehow impressed me by doing something I'm impressed with. And that could be pretty simple, but a great sacrifice in somebody's like, it's just taking time off from work and going somewhere,
flying out.
It doesn't need to be much, but just somebody put a lot of effort. And you know, it's for a billionaire it's easy to give $1 million. For somebody who has 2 apples and gives 1, that's the, you know, everything is on a different scale. So I appreciate the people who do the little as well as the people who do the big ones. Is up to what they can.
That's very good. You seem to have a very good perspective on that. Do you think enough rock groups have that, or do you think that too many of them kind of sell out or try to go after the fans and don't appreciate them?
I think too many are occupied with their own egos. That's one thing that creates a lot of problems for a lot of bands in the end, because they don't see what they are. They don't realize what they are to people, and I think that's But on the other hand, it makes it easier for us.
Right.
I guess.
Fair enough. Makes you guys shine. A couple more questions. If you could pick one venue and 2 or 3 bands to perform with to make your dream concert lineup, who might it be?
We have already done one of those. I would say we played in the Moscow Olympic Arena together with the Scorpions. For me, that's very emotional. That was very, very big for me. And I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot. I've already done my dream concert. It's already done.
Right.
So which was being the main headliner of Sweden Rock Festival. And I already done that, but I have other goals in life now for the band. So, but dream bands to play with. We played with many of them, and we got one of my favorite bands on the planet with us here tonight, which is Battle Beast.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily mean to say, oh, well, we've toured with Iron Maiden. That's great, of course. And yeah, I don't know what to say, but for me, yeah, Battle Beast was one of the bands I really love. One of my favorite bands.
High up on the list. Yeah, we're going to be talking to them this evening, so that should be very cool.
Great people.
Yeah, awesome. Do you have any specific on-stage rituals before you perform?
Not really. I warm up because I don't want to hurt myself on the stage, so I warm up as much as possible. And that's about it, I guess. We don't do much other than that.
Okay.
No, going back 10 years, we have a shot of tequila, but now I don't drink like that anymore.
You don't drink anymore?
It's very rare, I guess, these days. So far on this tour, it's been one party night, I guess.
Okay. Seems like some rockers don't know their limits when they're drinking before getting on stage.
That's true, and maybe it was the same for Sabaton 10 years ago, but these days, well, we are a very quiet band.
And that was one thing I meant to ask you. How many drinks would you say you could handle before going on stage?
0.
Yeah.
I think if I have one drink, I already start to play less focused.
Right.
I think so. People say they can handle a couple, and some people might be able to do that. I think I already start to lose focus after one drink, I guess.
Yeah. Must be important to stay focused.
I can drink a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm still out of focus.
Right. On separate occasions than shows, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Finishing off, what might a Sabaton fan, even if they're a real diehard, not know about you?
Oh. I think the most stuff is out there. I've done a lot of interviews, and it's easy to just Google anything about me, I guess, and you'll find it out. And the things that is not there is things that I don't want to be there.
Right. Fair enough.
So I just, I do a lot of interviews, so it's a lot out there. I think my press agent said to me that I've been doing over 300 interviews for The Last Stand so far.
Wow.
And that's just the last 8-10 months.
Yeah. That's
so
insane.
I do a couple of interviews.
Yeah, 1 or 2. Are you guys planning a new record anytime soon? I know it's pretty recent for the last one.
No, we are not working on... Well, of course we are eventually working a little bit on some details, but we are not writing anything at the moment like that.
Okay, well,
we
hope you are.
It's gonna be... it's gonna take a little while.
All right.
We have a lot of stuff to do before that.
All right, well, we look forward to the new record, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.